Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. So listen, today we're going to discuss setting up the corporation the right way. Now I know this may appear to be redundant, and some of the information is redundant. However, learning comes through repetition. So I'm going to keep going over this. Now, in these videos towards the end, I will drop some gems, but if you just hear chasing after corporate credit, then this may not be the channel for you. Now, I will discuss corporate credit at times, but mostly because, listen, you can get the corporate credit stuff. Listen, there's no secret to this. If you're chasing after the corporate credit information, all you have to do is Google secret lenders list, and you'll find all the banks, what credit report they're pulling from, what FICO scores they're looking from. This stuff isn't a secret. Okay, as I've stated in my previous videos, getting the credit is the easier part of this. It's very easy. If you have what the banks are looking for, they're going to give you what you're looking for. It's just as simple as that. There's no secret to this, guys. But what's most important is that you set the corporation up the right way so that you can be successful when you're going after working capital. Now, remember, the most important thing about incorporating yourself is protecting your assets. That's why you incorporate, is to protect your assets. When you're in business, you're facing the public. You're dealing with the public. If you have a place of business, you mop the floor and the floor doesn't dry fast enough and it's during business hours. I don't think that's the wisest thing to do, but it happens all the time. Someone slips and falls and they sue the company. Well, if you're attached to that company, you get sued as well. Now, the great thing about a corporation, again, I'm gonna give you a disclaimer here. Do your research, but you can start with the 14th Amendment of our Constitution. Start there. It says right there that a corporation is a legal person. The law sees a corporation as a legal person. You don't have to take my word for it. Do your own research. 14th Amendment. So let's get into this thing. The first thing that you want to do, again, is set up your articles of incorporation through the Secretary of State in which the state you reside in. Now, you are setting up a C corporation. It's my favorite. It just makes all the sense in the world. C corporation, C stands for closed corporation. On that one page, it's just one page, guys, incorporate yourself. They're going to ask you, how many stock certificates do you want for this corporation? Whatever number you deem is feasible. If it's 10,000, if it's 50,000 shares. The shares won't have any par value when you initially start. But the great thing about this is as the company acquires or the corporation acquires asset, and then later on down the line, you go find yourself a really nice accounting firm and get a company valuation, all of a sudden now the stock has value. That's how it works. But starting out, the stock will have zero par value. So you can have 50,000 shares and no stock certificates. By the way, when you name your corporation, you don't want to name it XYZ Trucking Inc. or Incorporated. You want to give it a real basic name, a real generalized name, something like XYZ Management Company or XYZ Management Corporation or XYZ Management Inc. The reason why you do that is because later on down the line, you're going to create divisions. Yes, I said divisions, or DBA, that are doing business as, it's going to be the corporation doing business as XYZ Incorporated or XYZ Trucking Inc. And you form these divisions at the county level where you file your fictitious business name statement. But instead of it being you filing a fictitious business name statement or the registrant, it's going to be the corporation. We'll get into that later. But again, you want to set up your corporation properly. So you're doing this at the Secretary of State, whatever state you reside in, C corporation, however many shares you want issued. When you order your stock and seal kit, okay, You can order your stock and seal kit from Staples, or you can Google stock and seal kit, corporate stock and seal kit, and you'll see a bunch of companies that are offering that. They're going to ask you the name of your corporation. So when those stock certificates get mailed back to you, they'll have the name of your corporation on those stock certificates. It'll also have the name of your corporation on that seal. On that corporate seal, it's a little stamp. And that's the stamp that you use when you're creating resolutions. Every time a resolution is created, remember, it comes out of the minutes of the meeting of the board of directors. You have a resolution that gives you permission to do something, whether it's a permission to buy an existing business, or a permission or a resolution to lease an office space, or a resolution to apply for corporate credit, or a resolution to open a bank account. Whatever it is, it's going to have that seal. That seal stamped on the resolution, okay? And you can get the nice little gold seals at Staples if you want it to really look nice, or you can just stamp the resolution, and it'll have an embossment with the company's name, the year that the corporation was established, and then it'll have the charter number underneath it, the corporate's charter number, which you're assigned from the Secretary of State on there. All right, so that's your Articles of Incorporation. The next step, Statement of Information, which is called your officers list. This is where you assign, okay, this is the president, this is going to be the secretary, and here's the director. Now, while you're waiting for all these documents to come back, you can still be proactive with this. You can look up, you're going to need resolutions. Now, there's a really good website where you can get resolution templates. You don't have to type out the whole thing. By the way, you have to get resolutions that are applicable to the state that you reside. So a great source for that, you can just type in resolutions for your state. I believe there's a website out there called legal forms or resolutions.com or something like that. Just Google it and you can find everything. Just Google corporate resolution templates, okay? And all this stuff will come up. Now, what I do recommend, or don't recommend that you do, there is a software called Easy Business Legal Forms and Software. The cover of it, it's a CD, and it's green and white. That will crash your computer. Do not buy that. It used to work way back in the day when I first started doing this stuff. But now it does not agree with like Windows 10 and all the latest editions of Windows. So do not buy that. Business Legal Forms, I think it's called Business Easy Legal Forms. It's in a green and white cover, and it's a CD. All right. So you have your Articles of Incorporation filed at the Secretary of State. Your Statement of Information is also filed at the Secretary of State. You cannot file your Secretary or your Statement of Information at the Secretary of State until your Articles of Incorporation have been filed and you have a charter number and those articles have been sent back to you. All right, so you have to wait for that process to be completed until you can file, and then you can file your Statement of Information, which is also known as your officers list. Again, done at the Secretary of State. Once those two steps are completed, your next step is you go to the county recorder's office. This is the same place that you would go and file a fictitious business name if you were a sole proprietor. But this time you're going to check a different box. You're going to check a box that says you're a corporation. All right? And the registrant is going to be whatever corporation the name of your corporation is. For example, XYZ Management Incorporated is going to be the registrant. Now, at this time, if you so choose to, you can also file your division name. So this is where you get more descriptive with the divisions or the doing business as. So for example, if you have a hair care line, it's going to be Mimi's Hair Care Incorporated, but it's going to be the general name, XYZ Management Incorporated, doing business as Mimi's Hair Care Line Incorporated. Okay, and you can have as many of these divisions as possible as you so choose to. The reason why you set it up this way, guys, is because now if you play chess or even checkers, the most important move is to protect the king and or queen. Well, you're doing the same thing. The parent corporation is your king or queen. It's your power piece. So the divisions are forward facing to the customers. So if anything happens, you're planning to fail here, guys. This is why you set it up this way. If a sue happens, then they only sue just that small piece. They just sue that DBA. You can go open up a DBA tomorrow. Corporations take a little more time. All right, so you can file your DBAs at the county level, county recorder's level, whatever county you reside in. And then you take the next step and you get your business license. Your business license you acquire that at the city level, at whatever city you reside in. So basically speaking, it's state level, and then you go county level to file your fictitious business name. By the way, your fictitious business name has to be filed in the paper. Usually there's a company really close to the county recorder's office that'll help you get that done, or you can call a local newspaper and they'll have that filed in the newspaper for you. So you get that done at the county level. Business license happens at the city level. Once you have all that done, your foundation is established. You order that stock and seal kit. The stock and seal kit comes with the corporation's name on it. And now you're ready to rock and roll. You'll have your resolution templates for the state that you reside in. Once again, Google that. You can find it on Google. Just Google corporate resolution templates for whatever state you are residing in. It should be downloadable. It's really simple. All you do is populate it with whatever resolution or whatever action the director or the chief financial officer is acting on behalf of the corporation. So for example, opening a bank account, it's going to be a resolution to open bank account. Okay, now these resolutions are kept internally. Now, what I also recommend though, when you're applying for credit, you send out the resolution as a part of your credit application package. Go ahead and join and follow me on Instagram. I have a real detailed reel on how you accomplish this. It's really detailed, but it's quick. All right, so really simple again. Articles of incorporation at the Secretary of State's level. Statement of information or your officer's list is done at the Secretary of State's level. Fictitious business name done at the county level. Business license is done at the city level. Okay, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, share, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video. Success to you.